hit record just so we have this. Okay, so you're working on that. Get that done this weekend. And so, I told you I didn't want to put anything on your plate, but I have a feeling that it's going to be easier for you to put it in active campaign than for me to do it because you were so fluid in there. Does that work?
Yeah, that works. I think I added that on here.
Okay, I appreciate that. It's a technology that I have to learn to get stronger at.
So if I can get though from you like a map from your Infusionsoft, just so I can translate the triggers into active campaign language.
Yep, send Infusionsoft map. Will do. Okay, perfect. So what we want to do right now is we want to walk you through your webinar slides.
Cool.
Is that cool? Okay. Great. Let me share my screen. And we believe that this offer is super strong.
Really?
Yes, it is a super strong offer. So we're excited. Where's Courtney's slides? 1102. Boom. And those are open. And then back to Zoom, share screen. Okay, Courtney. Perfect. Okay, let me know when you can see. Okay, cool. So, that's pre-webinar 1, pre-webinar 2, pre-webinar 3. Here we go. So, you are we going with this cover slide, or are you getting one designed?
Oh yeah, I'm having my VA do something. So
okay, perfect.
I'll have the designer do like the background, and then my other VA make the text fit with the background.
Okay, got you. And then you're gonna dump those into a Dropbox for me for us. Okay, cool. So we kick off here with the webinar cover slide. And then we head over to, we just interaction in the chat. You can determine what you want here. This question is standard, where you're from and why are you here today. So that's up to you. If you like this, we can make that black. And this just gets some engagement, get people talking in webinar jam. Then from there, in this short time, I'll show you with the same bullets. Then we get into the big promise. By the end of this webinar, you'll have this. I've successfully done it for myself, and I've replicated success for others. So very similar to your pre-webinar videos. And you finished 2 and 3?
No, I haven't.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
And those are, the templates are in the slide deck, right?
Yeah, the templates are right here. So this is one that we did when you were here.
Yeah.
And then 2 is here. And they're going to sound repetition. A couple clients is like, Julian, it sounds very similar to the first one, but repetition is so key. We can't assume that everyone is open to every email and watching there's like 5 people who are really checking for us like that, who are watching absolutely everything. So we gotta know that 95% of people aren't. And so
once I get the slides redone, that first video, like, will it matter that the slides look different than the other ones?
No. No, I don't think so. If you want to redo it later for branding purposes, we can do it. But you did so great. And to be honest, we would just have to reshoot. Oh no, we have the screen flow. So once you can send the new slides as images, and I can put them over.
Got it.
Yeah, so it can match the branding. Okay. So you're gonna take the deck and you're gonna rework it into your new template. Okay, cool. All right, great. So all of those are here. I just want to explain this one really quickly. In this one, you will jump out of the screen flow, and you're going to scroll through your slides and say, like, look, I'm 58 slides in for you. So they're like, wow, she's going in. There was like some good stuff there. So again, this is what this slide is saying. So you'll delete this slide before you start recording, but then you're gonna jump out of your full screen and actually show them like what the deck that you're working on.
Yeah.
Okay. And then why it's important to attend, bam, 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 and see you there. Again, you do not want to mention the date or the time of the webinar, because we're going to use the same thing for your automated evergreen funnel. Okay. So number 3, it's going to be the number 1 question, and the number 1 question that we came up with when you were here was, should I do X first or Y first? So you want to pull out something from the webinar that touches on that question. You're not going to answer it in full, right? It's just going to be something that you share with them that helps them get a little bit of clarity on that, but you say, I'm going to go deeper in on that on the webinar. Okay. And then, so again, you remind them what the webinar is about. And then you can add an image of the super secret launch plan here to say that this is what you get just for attending. Okay. So that's that there. So let's go on the webinar. Are you hearing my echo? You hear my echo?
No, I don't hear an echo.
Oh, you don't hear it. Hold on.
You hear it?
Yeah, I hear echo.
You want me to move downstairs?
It may, yeah, go ahead. It may be. You should take this one. All right, great. Oh, yeah, that worked. Okay. Cool. So your slides, we are so happy about them. So we are already here. Next is, again, you're reminding them exactly what you're going to show them. And then by the end of this webinar, same as before, some of the slides actually replicate the slides that the pre-webinar slides. I've also replicated the steps for others. You're gonna drop a little hint here that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how a few of you will get my $1,997 bankable brand blueprint program for free. Literally, you just touch on it, and they're gonna be like, "What?" Right? So again, we're trying to get them to stay to the end to see the offer.
How would they get it for free? Oh, by joining the...
Yeah, by joining the circle. She's like, what? That's a good offer. See? Told you. So this is not your question. Marissa and I got to fix this. This is not your question. So forgive us on that. We're going to fix that. Marissa, can you remind us to go back to slide 43?
All right, let me write it down.
Slide 43. So, what is Courtney's biggest question? We have it. A biggest skepticism that she had. Let me pull up Courtney's stuff here. This is her master, and that is slide 5. Slide. Oh, deliverables. 1 second, Courtney. So I just want to pre-webinar, webinar opening. All right, so we got to fix that. So that's slide 43. So for instance, one client has a question, and his industry has a bad rap because he's kind of in MLM a little bit. So the big question that they have is it a scam? So here you just use an image or a story or something like that to like address the objection that is already in their head about can this work for me? I don't believe that's what we came up with, but you just want to use some sort of story, some sort of, it could be a cartoon or some sort of image that makes a joke of the idea of this being a question, right? So that's what goes there. Then why this, why now? As you can see, we went a little bit deeper in terms of showing Carla Harris and her credibility her credibility in the quote that we're going to add, that we have here. And then from there, we are going into, this is for you if you are, our 3 success criteria. Then we go into our 3 failure criteria. And then from here, why am I doing this? Courtney, these are 3 anchor pictures that you'll put here. You're
Young
reluctant.
and dumb and just getting started.
Yeah. That's what it is. Like you're showing them where you're finding a picture of you where they are right now. Right. Like, this is me at my government job, this and that, right? Before I knew anything. And then you have a picture. The next one is a picture of your turning point, right? That moment where, like, either, I don't know if you have a picture of you quitting your job because you had your first 5-figure month, etc. And then this is a picture of your lifestyle now. It could be seeing your grandmother who's getting older, because it doesn't have to be you standing next to a Ferrari, right? It's really about tapping into that thing, that little thing that they wish that they could do, but because they're trapped in the way that they've been working and the way they've been growing their business, they can't do this little thing like go on a walk with their mom in the middle of the day. You can even use that picture again if you want. Okay. And then from here, you ask for permission to have 10 minutes of their time at the end. So you say, if I promise to give you great content, do I have your permission to take 10 minutes to give you a great opportunity for you to consider? If that sounds fair, type yes in the chat. This gives, everybody's going to say yes. It makes the transition to your offer at the end less awkward, right? They don't feel like duped because you asked for permission up front. Before they start typing yes, you say, this is all up to you. I won't do it, and I won't do it unless I give you something you can use in your business today, and only with your permission. So you're going to see a flood of yeses go down in the chat on Webinar Jam, which gives you a green light, and you'll come back to this later. And then you remind them of the free gift that they have if they stay to the end. Okay. So that's your opening slides. Then you're going to jump into your core content. This could be 15 to 30 slides of you going in. I'm inviting you to give them a real powerful solution to something that's bugging them, but not to go in so deep that you're teaching Bankable Brand Blueprint, right? You want to give them enough to scratch an itch that they currently have, or to turbo boost something that they already have. But you don't want to get too heavy into teaching, because we also want to keep the time of the webinar to around 60 to 70 minutes.
Is that where the arbitrage analyzer comes in? Yeah,
arbitrage analyzer comes in. You want to deliver on the 3 promises that you had in the bullets. So you want to show them. Did I send you the screenshot of that yet? When we were taking notes, we had the arbitrage analyzer, and then we came up with 9 business models to.
Yeah, I need that.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Cool. So send a screenshot of PowerPoint outline. Okay, I'll get that to you ASAP. All right. So now you deliver, Courtney, and they are just floored. They're having mindset shifts. And then you say, earlier you gave me permission if I rocked, and rocked may not be your word, so feel free to change that. I'm really hoping that I lived up to my promise. Earlier you gave me a thumbs up to tell you about my Bankable Brand Blueprint program. So may I have your permission to tell you about this program I've been working on? Again, they'll say yes. And then you start your transition into your pitch. So what we have here is the easy road. You may have a different quote from a different person that resonates with you around modeling success, because you are the model. You have set yourself up as the model. And so this Tony Robbins quote has been powerful for me. The surest way to achieve success is to model someone who is already successful. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. If you follow their strategy and you sow the same seeds, you'll reap the same rewards, right? So here's the deal. You've stayed on this webinar. The psychology behind this slide is you give them 2 things that are true, and then you offer them something that's not necessarily true, but because they've said yes to because they know that the first 2 things are true, they tend to accept the third one as true. So you stayed on this webinar for this long for a reason. That's true. And it's probably because you really want this, right? Obviously, nobody succeeds on their own. Just look at the world's most successful people. They all have teams. That's why you're smart to invest in coaching, accountability, and community. So allow me to share with you what I've put together just for you. I know that the number one thing stopping you, I know that the number one thing stopping you is lack of self-confidence, but you really desire to be someone who has an undeniable belief in themselves. You're tired of the hesitancy and uncertainty and know that everything would change for you if you finally had boldness, commitment, and consistency. And I know that if you just learned how to stop doubting yourself, you could stop wasting time and accelerate your success. And how do I know that? I know that because that was me too. I've been there. I've been exactly where you are. So today, what I shared with you in the webinar was literally just the tip of the iceberg. I have so much more to give to you, but we had a limited amount of time. I gave you the tip of the iceberg. So I want to share with you, and I actually want to give you my Bankable Brand Blueprint, which is basically it's an 8-week online MBA to help you build a 6-figure brand, even if you're brand new. And through this program, I will work with you through what we just discussed and a lot more to accelerate how quickly you're able to create a brand new income stream. And so your program logos and everything are going to go here. Here's the different modules from week to week in Bankable Brand Blueprint. Today, we only scratched the surface of module 1. The arbitrage analyzer, that's in module 1. That's it. That was just piece of module 1, right? In module, so in week 1, we get your bankable brand information. You don't have to read this word for word, but you want to really sell why this module alone is worth $197, right? So whatever you decide to say here, you just want to articulate the value of why this module alone is worth $197. A standalone a la carte, right? Then week 2, it's about targeting the right person. You won't believe how much money I wasted on Facebook ads in the beginning. Through this module, I'm going to show you how to actually target the right person so you don't waste any time and energy focusing on people who will never become customers anyways. I'd rather have a Facebook group of 3,000 people who are my target market than 30,000 people who aren't. Right. Mm-hmm. So this is what you talk about here. With each module, Courtney, I encourage you to try to find a image that shows them something that they're going to get from that module. It could be an image of a worksheet. It could be a business plan. It could be an image of a business plan. It could be an image of a customer avatar or something like that. You want to kind of move it away from text and actually show them this is the tangible thing you're going to have at the end of this module, right? So at the end of each module, I encourage you to do something. So here are examples that I've used, right? So here's the 2-week email campaign that you're going to get when you're done with this module, etc. So that goes on for your 8 modules. And because it's 8 modules, again, I don't encourage you to go so deep because you could spend a lot of time here, but you do want to build up the value. Because ultimately what you want to do, Courtney, is you want to show them actually this is Maritza, we need to change that to, we forgot the 1. So that's that should be 1997 on 84 and 85.
Okay.
Because here's where their mind gets blown. Today, it's all free. Today, it's all free. And you just pause. And you just wait until the chat just erupts, right? Because they're like, what? You say you're going to give this thing away. I didn't believe you, but I stayed and I'm here and you telling me it's all free? Yes, I repeat, it is all free. You're like, of course, you're probably thinking there's got to be a catch. There's a little bit of a catch, but all you have to do is join my mastermind, the Think and Grow Chick Success Circle, right? Think and Grow Chick Success Circle, who is it for? It's for our entrepreneurial-minded women like you. Our vision is to overcome consuming and become creators of the life that they desire. And our mission is to create a brand new stream of income over the course of this year together. So here's why I set it up like this, because that's what the question that's on their mind. Like, why is she doing this? Why did she set it up like this? Mm-hmm. And what I need you to do, Courtney, is take a picture of all the business books on your shelf, right? What this is all about is, one, they're going to have books on there that they either have and haven't read. And what you're going to articulate is that the reason I set it up like this is that I'm done with giving away information without the accountability to actually implement it. How many of these books do you have on your shelf or have you bought but haven't read, right? You had an intention, and it's the reason that you bought this business book or that business book or that business book, but you didn't read it and you haven't implemented. And so information alone isn't enough. So this is where you're making the argument that information alone isn't enough. And you're kind of tapping into the enemy of all those people out there. And you can bring this in, the enemy of all the people out there who are just selling these courses, but not giving the support and the accountability that the person needs to actually succeed. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So from there, you start to lay out the offer. And the way you lay out the offer, you're really articulating to them that you're going to be basically with them side by side for the course of a year. So first, you're going to get 12 goal setting calls. At the beginning of each month, we are going to get together on a call and we're going to set a business and revenue based goal for the month and create a plan to actually move forward to get it. We also celebrate each other. I highlight people who have done amazing so that you can, one, learn from them and then be inspired just through the power of proximity. Then that's not it. We're not just going to talk monthly. We're going to talk twice a month. In the middle of the month, we're going to have what we call hot seat calls. And these are basically coaching calls where you can ask me live any question that you have or where you are facing struggle or feeling a blockage, right? And these are 1 hour calls. You can sign up ahead of time and send me your question and I will address it live, just like we are in a one-on-one coaching relationship. On top of that, I will be coaching you for 50 weeks of the year online weekly, meaning that there's an online technology, which I'll show you in a second, where I will actually be supporting you and coaching you and holding you accountable weekly. Right? Now, tell me one other coach out there, one other program that you ever bought and where they are supporting you and actually coaching you individually weekly. It doesn't exist. So, but we are offering that because we believe in you and we know you need more support. You're also going to have access to, Marissa, we got to change that number in 91 from 100 to 200 successful friends. These are women, other entrepreneur-minded women who are doing different things, typically coaches, consultants, speakers, people who are making the transition, but you're going to be connected to a community of women. Because I know that many of you, and Courtney, I'm pulling from your avatar, I know that many of you have these big goals and dreams, but you don't have anybody in your life who really understands you and who you know you can be. This is that community for you. On top of that, you'll have 24-hour access to our online community where you can get feedback on landing pages and copy and share ideas and book covers and things of that nature and ask any questions and tap into the collective wisdom of the group. So here's how it's going to work every 30 days. And Courtney, you can drag these. You can drag these to fit the calendar schedule that you are going to have, right? So here's how it works every 30 days. We're going to have our monthly call. Then we're going to have our mid-month call. I'll be coaching you online here, here, and here. And then these red check marks are simply you going out there in the world and checking off your to-do list. The way I coach you is through a new online platform that I invested in just for you to support you. And similar to, not even similar to, in fact, you and I will have a space called Coach Chat where you get to share your goals and what you're struggling with. You get to share your progress, and I'm going to be there to actually hold you accountable, right? I want to see you succeed. And so I'm adding this extra layer of accountability here. And so you show them the online technology. And then what you do, Courtney, is you take a screenshot of this and you multiply it by 12. And you say, so this is what our year is going to look like together, right? We're going to go through this cycle, through this process over the course of a year. And this is the kind of support. You see how many touch points I'm going to have in your life. In fact, I'll be real with you. My one-on-one coaching clients, which I don't even do that much anymore, didn't get as much attention as I'm actually going to be giving you, right?
True.
So this is true, right? So it's a reframe for them. And you're just like, sharing, like I'm literally pouring into your life. My cup is running over and I'm actually going to be pouring that excess into your life and only the lives of these 200 women who join. So normally the mastermind is $2,399 per year, but that's not what that will not be what I charge you today, what you invest today. On top of that, not only do you get, as I mentioned earlier, not only do you get Bankable Brand Blueprint for free when you join, which is a value of $19.97, I have several other bonuses for you. First and foremost, you're also going to get the Escape Plan. The Escape Plan is my program that does this, this, and this, and this. And that is, if you go to my website right now, and Courtney, you got to go to your website and start changing some of these prices. Mm-hmm. If you go to my website right now and you buy this a la carte, it costs $497. You also get Facebook to 500. This is my new marketing program. One of the things that has allowed me to do this is actually setting up a front-end Facebook funnel where I pay for ads, but through those ads and the offers that I make from those ads, they get subsidized by a few purchases every day, every single day. So in fact, I'm not paying for ads and my community is growing at an accelerated rate. Ask me how I got from 300 followers in December of 2015 to over 33,000 now. It was because of this. And I'm actually going to be teaching this for the first time ever in a new program I'm creating for you called Facebook to 5,000. Because I know some of you have these ideas, you have your website, but you don't have a list. Your list may be 100 people, it may be friends and family, but you don't have a list of your ideal target market. So I'm going to be sharing, you're going to get access to that. And then finally, one additional bonus is my fast action bonus. You get 2 live tickets to the Success Circle seminar, or actually we're calling them powerhouses. We're calling them, what's the powerhouse event called?
It was just called the Powerhouse, but Success Circle seminars sounds got a nice ring to it.
All right, cool. You know I love wordplay, so and alliteration. Yes. So the Success Circle seminar, and one, Courtney, we're giving away 2 tickets. One because it increases the value of this. But guess what? When somebody brings a friend, you have the opportunity to upsell somebody else into Success Circle, right? So that's there. So then from there, we show them the value of just the bonuses alone. Just the bonuses: Bankable Brand Blueprint, Escape Plan, Facebook to 5,000, and 2 tickets to the Success Circle seminar. The bonuses alone are worth $3,389, right? But then when you add in the Success Circle membership, which normally costs $2,399, that's a total value of $6,388. You will not be paying that. You will not be paying anywhere near that. All you have to do is join the Success Circle as a member, and you get access to everything that I just shared with you. And guess what? The Success Circle will not cost you $24,200 today. All you pay today is $19.99. And you can go right now to thinkandgrowchicks.com and actually join the Success Circle and be one of this rare group of women. Now, keep in mind that I did a pilot for this group last year, and the group is already halfway full, in case you didn't know, right? The group is already halfway full. So yes, I said 200 women, but there aren't 200 spots, right? There's actually there aren't 200 spots. We just leave it at that. And then from there, you use all the imagery that you're getting from your graphic designers, and you give them the payment options. So option 1 is you can pay $199 now, and this is everything you get for $199, and you actually save $389 for the year if you pay in full today. Option 2 is the monthly payment plan. So literally, you can get started for $197 today, just $197, and you get access to everything that I just shared with you. Why only $197 a month? Here's why. Reason number 1, affordability. I actually stopped doing as much one-on-one coaching because I wanted to reach more women. And I knew that some women were blocked from actually accessing my mind. This idea of pick my brain. Some women are actually blocked from that because my coaching costs $500 per hour. And I was trying to figure out what business model I could employ or deploy that would allow me to access those women and give them what they needed to succeed. And so this mastermind is what came up. And so one of the core reasons I'm doing this is affordability, so that more women can have access to everything that I've learned about growing a business this fast in this many years. The second reason is certainty. Literally, the second reason is certainty. Yes, I have my major success stories like Jerisha, who's been able to earn over $15,000 in a single month. Right? But of course, that's one of my greatest success stories. So I'm not going to assume that that's going to occur for everybody, and I do not guarantee that for anybody. But then I have other clients who are selling their products on autopilot for $50 to $100 at a time every single day, right? And so I know with certainty that I can add at least $197 to your top line if you access the information and the accountability that I'm going to give to you. And here's what I'm going to do to and guarantee that for you. I'm so certain that here's my crazy guarantee. If you do the work and for some crazy reason, and this is why I call it my crazy guarantee, your revenues do not surpass your investment, I will extend your membership into the following year for free until they do. On top of that, you can cancel by email at any time and you will not be billed for the following month. That is my money back guarantee. Go find me one other person out there who is giving you that kind of guarantee. I will work with you, literally. I will work with you until you earn your investment back. Go find me one investment that operates like that. There are none, right? So that is my crazy guarantee for you because I believe in you and I want to see you succeed. Now, what else can you get for $197? What else could you get for $197? Because a lot of people say, oh, I don't have that kind of money. It's not that people don't have that kind of money. It's really that they just don't have the priorities, right? Because one dinner for two at Ruth Chris will satisfy you for a night, but it won't satisfy you for your life. You can go get your dinner for two at Ruth Chris, and when you add up drinks and the tip, that's $197 right there. So I don't believe that you don't have 197. I believe that you are abundant. I believe that you want this. And I believe that if you just shift your priorities, not only in terms of your to-do list, but also in terms of the way you invest your resources, you are going to start to experience different results in your life. And how do I know? Because that's what's true for me and true for all of my students. So I beg you to not invest in another coach, course, conference, or college before you try out the Success Circle, which gives you all four. You're going to get coaching from me. You're going to get the Bankable Brand Blueprint. We're going to have our live event, and you're going to be in that collegial environment with these 200 other entrepreneurial-minded women who are having their own mental breakthroughs, which is only going to cause you to rise. This is where you use your water quote, Courtney.
Water finds its own level.
Yes, this is where you use your water quote right here, okay? Mm-hmm. So there is a price for procrastination. There's a spiritual price for procrastination, but there's also a legitimate price for procrastination, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. So today, you can get all of this. You can get literally $6,833 worth of my content and accountability for $197 right now. Or $1,997. If you procrastinate, the price will go up. The price will go up to $239 a month or $2,399 for the year. And that is that's a huge increase. So why procrastinate, right? So I'm almost done. I just want to leave you with this: the difference between expensive and expansive. One of my mentors told me, and I'm being your mentor in this case. One of my mentors said, an expense is money that leaves forever and never returns to you. An investment is money that leaves and returns with more friends. See, when you are building a business, every dollar you spend should be an investment, right? So you have to know the difference between expensive and expansive. So right now, in this moment, are you thinking, this is expensive, I can't afford to do this right now? Or are you thinking, this is expansive, I can't afford not to do this right now? If you legitimately want to grow your business, you have to think and move in a more expansive way, because that's the only way that you're going to take the capital and the resource that you have and multiply them into the abundance that you deserve. Now, I have one additional option for people who are still unsure. You're loving the offer, you love what I'm presenting, and you know that you need this, but you have to talk to somebody, or there's a question that you have that you really feel you need to ask me before you make a commitment. So here's what you will do. I want you to go to thinkandgrowchicks.com, put down a $99, 100% immediately refundable, I'm serious deposit for a 15-minute fit call with me or my team in the next 48 hours. I am not trying to keep your $99. In fact, the moment you get on the phone with us, we will send that $99 back. This is really just the only reason I'm asking for the $99 is to keep the people who aren't that serious away. Okay. And so this will guarantee your spot in the group if we determine that there's a fit. But here's what you need to know about the fit call. As soon as the call begins, one will initiate your refund, but the fit has to be both ways. So we reserve the right to deny membership based on our call. So just because you have the money doesn't mean that we accept you into our membership. And Courtney, what this is about, one, it's true. And then two, because if you have somebody who has a list of zero, doesn't have a business idea whatsoever, is just confused, you'll say no to them. But the other thing that this does, Courtney, is people like, oh, I don't want the possibility of them saying no, so I'm just gonna go join now. Right? Right. So it's called the takeaway. So then you give them the next steps, which are, here's how we start. So so you tell them what's next. So after you go to Think and Grow Chicks and you join the Success Circle today, one, we will set up your visioning call with me, which we will, on that visioning call, we will start to lay out a 90-day plan for you to recoup your investment for the entire year. That's what we're going to do on that call. You will get introduced to the group. You will start the online course, Bankable Brand Blueprint. You'll get access to that immediately. Then we'll have our monthly team meeting. You will have online coaching by me throughout the weeks. Then we'll have our mid-month hot seat call. And the ultimate goal, of course, is for you to create a new revenue stream. So just to recap, for only $197 today, you get $6,388 worth of coaching and accountability. You get my Bankable Brand Blueprint. You get 2 tickets to this and that. You get this, this, and that. You get this and this and that. This is our 30-day success cycle. And this is not just what you get. It's also about who you get, which is this community of other women who truly understand what you're going through and are going to be there to support you and help you. And I'm going to be the one leading that charge. So what I want to do right now is I wanted to create space for questions. We're using Webinar Jam, and so the way you ask the questions so that I can see it, because the chat is going crazy right now. I know I just made a huge offer to you, and I see all the comments, and it's moving really fast. So the way that you let me know that you have a question is you make sure you mark this question box in Webinar Jam so the red flag pops up for me and I can answer it. So while you're typing your questions, I want to take a moment to answer 3 of the most common questions I get about the mastermind. When does this offer expire? This offer expires in 2 days at midnight. The price will return to $2,399. Again, there's a price for procrastination. All right. And I have to warn you that as this group becomes more valuable to its existing members, I assure you that new members will face steeper criteria beyond just money to join. Also, is this for beginners or do I have to have clients? This is probably the best investment a beginner can make. You may have the tendency to try to see how far you can get on your own first, but you can save yourself tons of time and money by skipping the steps and jumping straight to what works and learn from my mistakes. And Bankable Brand Blueprint is the foundation for that. Another question I commonly get is, aren't masterminds usually 4 to 10 people? That's a traditional mastermind, but Dunbar's numbers suggest that a tight-knit community can hold up to 150. With my team and technology, we know that we'll be able to serve you at a high level, and we commit to doing so. And then finally, what if I miss a call? All calls are recorded for you to review. Replays are sent out the morning after our team meetings. However, you will not get the full experience if you consistently miss meetings. After 2 absences, I will follow up to discuss fit. Like a personal trainer, I'm going to show up for you even when you don't for yourself, but I cannot help you if you are not there. So I'm going to come back to the chat really quickly and see what kind of questions are there. And you start answering questions live. You do that for a few minutes. Then you say, I want to thank you for being here. I know we went a little bit long tonight, and but I want to make sure that I uphold my word, which is to give you your free gift. In order to get your free gift, you go to thinkandgrowchicks.com, and you'll see a link at the top of the page with the download link to your super secret launch plan. And with that, if you take nothing else from this webinar today, what I want to leave you with is these final words. And Courtney, this is where you drop in a quick story or favorite quote you have that inspires action right now. The one that I've come up with that I created was intention minus action equals regret. Action minus tension equals reaction, but intention plus action will give you the results that you truly want. So with that, I want to say thank you so much. And I really, really, really hope to see you in the Success Circle. I know for certain that somebody's life is going to be changed who's on this webinar tonight, and I hope that it is you. Thank you so much, and I will catch you soon. Peace.
So you made me want to buy my own membership.
Yes!
I was like, man, if some of the people that I admire like did this webinar, like I'd have been signed up for nothing else, because it's like, it's $197 just for the first month. Like if you find that you hate it or whatever, you can cancel. But if you get all that stuff, like I would have signed up before the webinar was over.
Yes. But you also have a particular mindset. You also have a particular mindset that not everybody has, right? But I think you have attracted those women though. They're there, and there are 100 of them. Out of the 30,000, there are more than 100 of them.
Yeah, this is really good. Okay, a few questions.
Yep, let's go.
Bankable brand, it's dripped, right?
Yep.
Okay. Facebook to 5K. I think we talked about how I have these trainings that basically is like the supplement, because Facebook to 5K is essentially what I teach people in one-on-one. It was what I did over the retreat. It's more in depth because when you work with me one-on-one, I help write your copy. I give you templates, like I drop in your ClickFunnels, your active campaign or whatever, but essentially the sequencing and the content is the same. So should I create like a watered down version of that brand new for Facebook to 5K, or should I just give them the trainings that I already have?
Let's just give them the trainings you already have.
Okay.
But once I give you successfully, we showed you the successfully plugin, right, for WordPress that allows you to create online worksheets.
What?
You know the worksheets that the forms that you've been filling out.
Yeah, you didn't show me how I was going to do that.
I know, but we're going to give you the plugin. We're going to give you the license. Remember we said we're going to do it for Bankable Brand Blueprint?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're also going to do that for Facebook to 500. So where they go in, you're not creating their copy. They're simply answering the questions similar to the way that we did for you. And it's actually creating their Facebook ads and funnels and things of that nature. Yes, it takes a little bit of work, but it is going to be breakthrough. And then once it's done, Courtney, then what do? We actually go use that as another piece of bait instead of Bankable Brand Blueprint to pull in people who really are looking for that part first.
Okay.
So
I just want to make sure
you create will be bait.
I love this. I love this. So my first part was like, ooh, how do I make sure I'm not diminishing one-on-one on my retreats? But one-on-ones, I don't ever want to do one-on-one again. So I'm good with that. Yeah. But my retreats, I guess the value is what? Like
it's you. It's you. Yeah. You are the value.
Okay.
It's you are the value. It's one thing to get the information directly from you with you in the room, and another thing for it to come through you on a computer.
And you get paid. You get paid for your presence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alone.
I like that. Paid for my presence. That's awesome. Okay. So when I do the retreats, I have been offering 6 months complimentary, but should I build in the price of them paying basically for the whole year of the mastermind into the price?
Yeah, I think you should. So retreats were $2,500 right now, and you're going to increase that price over time. So if I get an opportunity, you're promising me to help me for $3,000. You're promising to help me build a funnel that pays for itself, so that my Facebook audience is growing organically. Mm-hmm. The value of that to me, if I sell 3 of my $1,000 courses, it pays for itself. Mm-hmm. So I think what we want to do is no, Courtney, I think we give them 1 or 2 months support after that, and then they have to upgrade to full membership.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're paying specifically for this, and then and my presence, as Marissa said, and I'm going to offer you 60-day support, and they're going to get a feel for the mastermind, right? Mm-hmm. They're gonna feel it, and you might give them more attention in the online chat and things of that nature, because they're already paying customers, right? Mm-hmm. And you just want to get them to convert, because now that $3,000 that they pay you for the retreat, now with your membership becomes a $5,400 revenue from that same person. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, if we take off 2 months, it becomes a $5,000 revenue. You just upsold, right? Or actually, it's going to feel like a downsell to them, because they've already paid you $3,000, right? So it's actually going to feel like a downsell to them.
Yeah. Dang it. I wish I would have done this I just wish I would have done all this beforehand, because like
Courtney,
even the retreat I did, they're like, I already know I want to stay on. This is so exciting. And I'm like, oh, I gave them 6 months. I'm gonna be on at 97 a month. And,
it's all good. It's all good. Courtney, you at the beginning. Bro, you at the beginning. Another way to flip it. When did the cart close for the retreat, Courtney?
I was just gonna do another web. Hold on, let me pull up my little.
No, I'm just saying. Does it typically close 30 days before the retreat?
Oh, I open it about 6 weeks before the retreat, because sometimes people need payment plans.
Yeah. So here's what's dope. You can actually give them a taste of the mastermind on the front end. You give them 1 month free on the front end leading up to the retreat, so that they're experiencing it. Then they're like talking about it. Are you going to do the success circle? And then you give them 1 month on the back end. And now they've had the experience on the front end and the back end. And after a retreat, you can say, look, I know you've been in the success circle for a month. You also have another additional month after this. If you actually want to just commit for the rest of the year right now, you can do that. I'm going to give it to you at this price. That's what I'm talking about.
That's why they pay the big
offers.
Yeah, and then the people who were part of your mastermind for that 1 month may know other people that don't need payment plans to sign up for your mastermind.
Aha! Taste the soup.
Y'all are the best. Oh, I am so excited about this.
We are too.
I want to work on this right away, but Wednesdays and Thursdays are my worst days, because it's just
coaching days.
Calls. I know, but I'm like, this is why I don't want to coach anymore.
Do you not like you love the coaching, but you don't like calls?
Yeah, I don't like being on the phone.
Yeah.
I don't like this, being stuck at my computer and having to. And well, you know what? Because I like webinars and stuff. I'm very animated when it's a group of people.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling like I am giving my all and only one person is receiving it.
Yes.
I feel like I'm just not. It's not a good use of time.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you record these calls? Do you have the permission to record these calls?
Yeah, I record all of the coaching calls, so they get the recordings too when I work with them one-on-one, and I say the same thing over and over again to everybody.
Right. So because you have these recordings and you have all the permission, the way you can think about it when you are on these calls in the meantime, between time, until you fully pivot, is that you can say, well, all these aren't recorded, which is great, 100% clarity on that, on all permission, right? So you don't feel anything against that. You can then sell these calls or provide them as replays in the future in a legit, with integrity way, right? But they're going to be replayed somehow, some way. I'm sure Julian can figure it out, where you can replay these calls in a way that serves other thousands and thousands and thousands of people, because it's recorded.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So every call that you're on, you're like, this call is going to be so paradigm shifting, because this call is going to be replayed by 1 billion people in the future.
You just gave me an idea, because I did those mixtapes or whatever, and I love them, and they were just mashups of my podcast. I could do clips of the best questions that my clients have asked me, and do a mixtape mashup of the top business questions I get and my answers to them.
Yes.
Yeah, you can take clips and make it into a podcast and offer it for free, or you can monetize it in the future. Somehow, somewhere, you're going to use these voice clips. So every call you have is actually content for you. So it's actually really valuable for you.
Yeah. Okay. That helps.
So, that's where we're at. Courtney, you're doing fine. I know you want it all now.
I do.
I know you want it all now. It's no rush though. We less than a month away. May 5th is here. So we got some final pieces to put together to wrap the bow around it. But we are pretty much there. So right now we have 2 pre-webinar videos. Have you seen your landing page as of late?
No, I haven't.
Okay, let us show you. You both are still seeing my screen.
Another question. When I do Webinar Jam and I try to show the keynote or PowerPoint, I always have trouble to the point where I have to turn it into a PDF. in order to get the full screen to show up. Because like when I try to change the next slide, it won't move.
Yeah, a PDF is fine because we don't have any animation and
Okay.
Can she use Zoom?
No, we need to track. Zoom doesn't do the tracking necessary for that we need. We need to know who left the webinar early, who stayed for the full time. That's the only reason she can't use Zoom.
Facebook to 5K. Is that in like we talked about quarters and doing?
Yeah.
Is that going to be like, when do we put that? The second quarter or something?
We put that. Boom, boom. Courtney deliverables. Facebook. I think that was second quarter. Facebook.
Okay. Because I wonder like if they're going to be waiting for it right now. I know that was like a tool to get them to stay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they need to go through Bankable Brand Blueprint first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what gets them to stay for the first 2 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then while they're in Bankable Brand Blueprint, you are hinting or letting them know, or even put a date on the Google Calendar that Facebook to 5K is happening 90 to 60 days later, right? So they're like, oh, I'm not leaving. Then from there, you have Las Vegas, right? And they're like, no, I'm not leaving before Las Vegas. Then you have, like, there's always something that they're looking forward to. Mm-hmm. So that's why the calendar sequence is important.
And so these live events that I do, it's just my regular live events.
It's it's no different than what you're already doing.
Okay.
Cool. We're not creating more work. So we're in love with your landing page. You ready to see it?
Yeah.
All right. And we know that there might be some other images that you choose, and it's up to you. But here's Get Bankable Brand Blueprint, my $1,997 program, 100% free, plus 4 more bonuses worth this. The package for Bankable Brand Blueprint will go there. Button is there. Hi, I'm Courtney, dear entrepreneur, women with ideas, written text, beautiful picture of you. We'll put your logos here. Then who is this for? We added this section. Who is the success circle for? Maritza, we got to change this number. I think you're at 78 people right now.
No, it's probably less than that because I've had attrition.
Okay.
That's what it was when I joined, or when I first launched.
Yeah, so the number we're going to anchor on is 150. So let's just say Courtney is at 50 and we're trying to get 100. The scarcity number that we're not going to call it scarcity. I don't want to lead with fear, but we're going to say that the group is for 150 women. Okay? 150 women. So we'll change that number in some of the copy. This is just for you if you are. This is not for you. Then your member success story mashup video will go here. Bankable Brand Blueprint logo will go here. The modules are already in here. We just need your evidence here. Then it's not just, I'm not just here for your transfer of information. I'm here for your transformation. That's why you have to join the success circle. Who's in the success circle? Do you have people in the success circle already who might be willing to do videos about their experience?
Yep.
All right, cool. So let's get those. Let's get 3 if you can. If you only get 2, that's fine. So since your mastermind has already started, let's take advantage of that. 2 to 3 women on video telling their success circle story. Perfect. Then this is standard. Maritza, we got to change this number here to 150 now. How does this mastermind group work? Your image will be here once you update it. The online platform included. Pack your bags for our 2-day live retreat to Las Vegas. I need to change to Las Vegas. Do you know the dates of that?
Yeah, the 16th through the 18th.
Of May?
Of June.
I mean June. June 16th through 18th.
Oh wait, no, I have the retreat. The retreats are like high end, they stay with me or whatever.
Okay, got you.
So but I could do another I'm trying to figure out. Usually I'll do like one event. Like when Miami, I had an event on Thursday and then I had the retreat on the weekend, and those were 2 separate things.
Got it. So Actually, we don't have to tell them a month. You can just give us a month. All we need is probably a month. We don't need actual dates. A month and city. That's all we need.
Okay, for a 2-day training.
Yeah, and it could be just it could be Facebook to 5,000. If you feel that if it's going to come up soon, you could actually do Facebook to 5,000 there with it being recorded for people who aren't there.
That's what I do at the retreats, though.
Oh, the higher end retreats. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. I hear you. Boom, boom, boom. So then the event will probably have to be Bankable Brand Blueprint to actually go through details of that, right? They've got all the content and they went through that over the first 2 months of being in the membership. And then it's no different than Jeff Walker. You get his online course, right? Product Launch Formula, then you go to Product Launch Formula Live, right? Because most people probably didn't do the work anyways. That's just literally how it goes, right?
Yeah. Bankable Brand Live.
Yeah, there we go. So Bankable Brand Live. And so if they've gone through the course from May to June, June to July, so then Bankable Brand Live would probably be August, September.
Okay.
And what city do you want to be in and have fun in?
August, September, either LA or New Orleans.
Oh, perfect. New Orleans it is. I'm coming down there.
LA.
That's where my house is. I'm gonna be right there in the back of the room. Yeah, I'm coming.
Cool. Now I'll pull you up on stage. Like,
yeah.
Oz, behind the scenes.
Now I gotta stay behind the scenes. They can't know girl. Then your bonus images will go here. Okay. And then your money back guarantee is here. And then if there are women in the success circle who don't want to do video and just want to do text, we can put those here. Okay. And these are people who are in the focus group. Then, are you ready? Beautiful shot here of you.
That's a great photo, Courtney.
Thanks. That was me in Madrid.
Yes.
Beautiful. We should put that. I'll put it, but we should put that you were in Madrid there.
Yeah.
And the date. What do you remember the date?
Oh, July 12th
of last year.
Okay,
cool. Sweet. So that people know that she's just her life, the way her life is set up.
Yeah.
In July, she was in Madrid.
Oh, well, actually, you should probably use the Madrid photos for the that third lifestyle picture. In your webinar style, you should use the Madrid photos. Yeah.
It's proof, right?
Yeah, it's definitely proof.
Great.
And then frequently asked questions are here, and that is the new landing page.
It's beautiful.
Yes. You already have the images. She got her hands out like this. It's like, did you plan this, Courtney?
No, I was just like, I'll probably need these in the future. So.
Well, the future is here.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah.
So will we do a call before we launch to go over the logistics of the mastermind? Because I don't want them to get in and then they bought it and then I'm like, what do I do now?
Yeah. So there's some things. Let's call that the logistics call. So when you think of logistics or where you feel that you have gray areas around leading the group, what comes up for you?
Literally they pay.
Yeah.
And then what's the setup for, I can set up automated emails, but how do they get into the masterminds thing?
Yep.
I could set up Bankable Brand to be dripped. I know they're going to be asking about what about Facebook to 5K? So how do I seamlessly say okay, here's our schedule of events, just so that I don't get a lot of questions where people are like,
yep,
what's going on?
Yeah. So one thing that we do, Courtney, and Amparo is going to train. Who is your team member who supports you?
Indira. I can tag her in.
Yeah, Indira. So we will bring in Amparo, who handles all of that for us. And we know that we're probably going to need a second Indira if the launch goes the way we desire. We're going to need a second Indira probably. I just want to make sure that the revenues are there for you to pay for a second Indira, right?
Yeah.
So
she's hyped. She wants to be an assistant coach already. So
oh, that's dope. That's dope. So we have what we call a help page, and you can see it's masterminds.org/TFG 2017. This is where a lot of questions are. This is just a WordPress page that's not public. We didn't password protect it, but we're not sending it out there except to TFG members. So this is where, but you can probably add this to your membership site behind the wall. So this reminds them of what's included in the membership. These are pages to bookmark. These are the online trainings that are coming up, private Facebook group. The calendar for the year is here, the Google Calendar embedded. So we can send Indira this to replicate for you. The Google Calendar is important because it gives them a layout of what they're going to be getting over the course of the year, when you're going to be coaching, when the calls are, when Facebook to 5,000 is, etc. You know? See replays. Amparo set this thing up. Replays, other resources, who you should call for what. So when they should reach out to Indira, what they reach out to you for. Like my email address is not here, right? It's Coach Chat or the private Facebook group. Maritza and Amparo's contact information is here. So we found that texting has been so easy for our members. Like Amparo has like text-based relationships with people because it's just so convenient and easy. So, and then other frequently asked questions. So this is a page that will probably go behind the wall in your membership site that really lays out everything that they've gotten.
Love it.
Yep.
Dang it. Because I'm gonna have to jump off in like 4 minutes for a call, but I also wanted to ask about the transition from people who are already in there, people who are at lower levels, like ascending them to, we said 97 before the launch.
Right. Okay. So the current tiers you have is 40, 49, 99, and 149?
No, 19, 49, and 97.
49 and 97.
Move 19 and 49 and let them know that these levels will no longer, we're expiring them.
Yeah,
basically.
but the 19 and 49 didn't get anything live, right?
What do you mean?
They didn't get any like attention from you in terms of like a live webinar with you. They were only like getting recorded stuff, right?
Yeah, 49 got access to a coaching call where it was like, where I would only talk about personal development, not business stuff.
All right, so I'm going to do some thought energy around ascending. I'm going to put some thought energy in maybe an email and campaign around how to ascend this group and how to let them know, ascend/discontinue. I'm going to put some thought energy around it. Let's just set up I know you got to run. Let's set up a meeting for next week. Let's do early next week. How does Monday afternoon look for you?
That's good. Mondays are always clear for me.
A meeting with Courtney. Let's do boom. We have our team meeting here, so let's do after lunch, which would be 2 p.m. our time, 1 p.m. your time.
Okay. 1 p.m. Central. And then last thing to talk about at that meeting is how do I alert the members that are the current 97 members of all the changes? Like I'm getting rid of the video office hours in the Facebook group because I'll be doing actual office hours with them on the masterminds thing.
Yeah.
So just letting them know like what the changes are and just letting them know this is awesome. You're here for 97. Like don't leave.
Yeah. Well, so we're giving you slides for your orientation call, which is I think the first Monday after the cart closes. That one reintroduces the new mastermind Success Circle 2.0 to everybody. And then after that, we're going to give you slides for the normal month call. So we're going to push all the $97 people to make sure that they attend the orientation call or watch the replay because it's going to let them know how the group has evolved.
Should I let them know ahead of time though that the group is evolving or?
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair. But do it. I think you can do it via email, and I think you can do it during the live call. Okay. Your next live call with them.
Okay.
Which
will be May 8th, so I'll be sure to do that. Oh, when do we have our call? Cool.
Okay, cool. So go do what you got to do. We're going back to work for you. Let us know when you got the 2 pre-webinar videos done and the images and everything, and let's put a bow on this, and so it's ready to hit go on May 5th.
Sounds good.
All right,
And Courtney, if you need anything, you know I'm right here.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, we'll see you later. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.